Yes.
You guys look good again.
Compliment my hair.
I like those boots.
Grazie.
They are nice.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? They bring out your eyes.
Get my boot.
He want to make sure you show him off. It was across that table.
About to lay it.
You gotta show them off, son.
Leg drop. I like it. I like it.
What was y'all listening to on the way over here? Come on.
My stomach. I'm hungry as shit. I'm hungry as hell.
I listened to ESTG on my way over here. That's what I was listening to.
The new one or the old one?
The new one. You gotta catch up, bro.
I'm just asking, because I like, you know, that I don't listen to the radio that often, so I listen to the songs, and then when I hear something in traffic, then I'll be like, all right, boom. Or if y'all tell me something's hard, I listen to it.
His joint is tough. It's tough.
Yeah, you get like a playlist. That's why I got like a playlist, and I'm rocking out with it.
Skip ad. That's what I listen to. Skipped ad.
All instrumentals. Huh? All instrumentals.
You only like to hear yourself talk? You don't like other people talking?
Yeah, I try to get focused. You know, I got to get ready for the show.
In Zen mode?
You know?
Where's your Boston George glasses this episode?
Oh, I do got a couple pairs. It'll come out. I got you.
Don't worry about it. But you're not going to get up in the middle of the episode and get them. Hope you know that. We're not doing
so then not this episode. All
right, let's start this off right. Take your time, do it right. Read between the lines. Valuable book knowledge. What's the most insightful thing you've gotten from a book? We're going to start with the book guy.
Book guy. I like that. Most insightful thing that I've gotten from a book, I think one, learning the stock market, or at least how it works in transitory sense, at least understanding what principles it would take to kind of invest money in a particular company and knowing how to kind of read those company stat sheets. I think that would probably be one of my more insightful ones as an adult. But probably the most beneficial that I think most people don't realize is that life insurance is a big thing that I didn't know about until I picked up a book. And I picked it up by chance, just kind of perusing through the bookstore. But it was a book about life insurance and it was fairly cheap, so I picked it up. But understanding how you can kind of set your family up for either while you're still here or in the event of your demise, hopefully never, you can make sure that you're set up and you're not leaving your family behind in debt.
What book was this for the life insurance thing?
You're gonna make me quote it, and I don't have the exact title for it. Okay. I could look it up before.
Life insurance for dummies.
I'm about to say before. Yeah, that's close to it.
Life insurance for dummies.
Life insurance for dummies. But it's just structuring policies for, I would say, future forward accounts.
So real quick, you have any knowledge that you could drop on the people about life insurance?
Yeah. So if you have a particular plan, I think it's whole life insurance. If you're invested in whole life insurance, essentially what you can do is invest in your account, but at the same time utilize it kind of as a bank. So you can pull from your own account, your own life insurance policy, to invest in your present. People think that you have to die to benefit from life insurance, but you don't.
Okay.
But
it's tax-free, right?
If you look in the whole life insurance and different policies that you can set up, there's ways that you can maximize, one, your earning potential as you're growing the account, but also ways that you can utilize it as a kind of as a way to take deposits from it without necessarily requesting bank loans.
Okay.
And paying interest.
So we can use it going on trips for $400. I like it.
You could do something like that.
All right, Stu, what you got?
Mary had a little lamb.
All right.
Nah,
That's my
shit. You know, I got the little kids, so I really reading those little books. But for me personally, I really haven't had the time to really sit down and then focus on the book right now because I'm so busy at this moment in my life. But if I was to have the opportunity to read, I would say anything that's more insightful for, like you said, learning about life insurance, life insurance for dummies, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those are books that help you use those skills where you could use it in your real life. Those are the type of books I would encourage people to read. It's insightful. If you want to know about finances, how to, manage your money, anything like that, I would definitely promote anybody to read those type of books at this day.
What you got, B? What kind of books you read?
I was going to ask you first.
Oh, you can ask me first.
Jump the gun.
Yeah.
I don't read books. That's not a good thing. Reading is fundamental. It definitely, like both of you gentlemen said, as far as learning things about life insurance and stuff like that, those things are definitely. I'm more of a video person. Like if it's like the Bible on audio, like I'll be like,
Audio book count?
I had that.
Yeah, so that's why I do that because
I
my
had that
attention
CDs.
span.
Remember the CDs?
Yeah, my attention span for a book is low for
Yeah.
me personally. So I think the best thing that they possibly could have came up with was documentaries or things like that. But if I ever had a chance to read a book, I think the most insightful thing I've probably gotten is like the Bible. I say the Bible, whether you believe in the words that's actually in there. I think it's like life lessons. Like it has a lot of things in it that you could like grab from. So I would probably say the Bible. That's one book that I've actually read through the course of time in my life.
Well, if you could pick one value or one parable or whatever you want to, pick from the Bible, what would you present?
I think one of the main things in the Bible was the preservation of like life, like actually caring for the person next to you, and almost like a blueprint on how to get through life, because it has something for everybody. You know what I mean? It's like it's real pimp talk sometimes. It's like it got something for everybody. It's not just like, oh, if you only this way, this is what it got for you. If you're hungry, it got a story about somebody being hungry. If you're down on your luck, it got a story about you being down on your luck. If you're a slave or was a slave or something like that, it got a story about slavery. So it's all.
Caleb Priest had a song called, it was an acronym for the Bible, and the Bible stood for Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in leaving Earth yet, but I like that acronym. No, because since you tried to usher skate out.
I was stalling because I haven't read in a very long time, right?
We knew that.
Even before you.
But I do read though.
But it's crazy because I think as an adult, like even when we brought this topic up, as an adult, like it would be cheating if I would have just ran and read a book just to say, oh, you got to read Dr. Seuss's, whatever, right?
No, but I didn't.
On a day-to-day basis, I don't read. I don't find myself reading.
I don't read in a day-to-day. I've read books over time. Like if I'm getting on a flight or if I'm doing something that requires my attention to be kind of stuck for a while. I've been on a train for 20 hours at one point. Not a city train.
Oh, you fucking me up.
Cross-country train.
ATA is fucking up.
But those are the times where I could sit down and literally read 100 pages straight through. And if something catches or grasps my attention within the first couple of pages, it's easy for me to just keep peeling that page away.
Yeah.
But another thing that I would say, and I could probably trump my other two by saying that this is the most insightful thing that I got from a book, and it probably happened during college because I feel like I didn't have a lot of one-on-one time with a particular subject, so I had to jump in the book and literally teach myself. So I think the most important thing that I got from books was literally how to read that book with intention of understanding it, not just reading it to satisfy a quota and say I read chapter 1 and 2, but really understand it. If you got to go back a couple of pages, if you got to go to the end to the glossary, remember them shits in school, the glossary at the end.
Yeah.
But if you could actually,
that's an important tool. That's an important tool.
That's actually what I was saying before about being able to get through the material is a great thing. So I did have an answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's no problem.
I had to make some shit up.
No, I'm not. Cheetahs by Eric Jerome Dickey.
Cheetahs? Okay.
Yeah, that was the era when everybody was into black authors and reading sexy
Sister
stuff.
Soldier.
And, you get words like throbbing on a page. I'm just saying, those are good words. When you read it.
Depends on who's throbbing who.
What?
Be more careful.
Yo, old son, she throbbing, son. Yo,
That's true.
It's about to go down.
But those books, that era of just sexy type literature. That's what actually made me feel like, oh, I'm a reader. Like I felt like I was a reader and I was cheating because I was just like peeking in through like some voyeuristic, like watching some dirty talk. But
That's the right word.
it works.
You read voyeuristic material.
Yeah, you're looking into someone else's life. I like that. You know what I mean? But I did also manage to pull through 48 Laws of Power. That's another book that I'm proud to have read from beginning to the end. I've read the Bible beginning to the end a couple of times. I've read
Sunday school. Yeah.
The last book I read, unfortunately, which is why I'm saying I haven't read in a while, is Pimp, Iceberg Slim.
Okay.
I got that as a gift from a coworker. And I was like, I gotta read it. I always heard so much about it, but I never read it. So I just was like, I'm gonna just push through it and read it. And it wasn't nothing to push through. It was actually entertaining seeing somebody get beat with a hanger on text.
let me throw this out as a trick question though. And this is what you think: reading is outdated though. with the amount of technology we have, with being able to just turn your iPad on and the words being said to you, do you think physically reading is...
No.
I don't think it's outdated. I think what happened is that information has been so facilitated that it requires much less time, like he said, or like you said, to watch a documentary. Or I even read best by opening a book, but also hopping online and, you know what I mean, cross-referencing things with a video or a documentary.
Made 48 Laws of Power so hard because it had all those side things that made it like extra. It wasn't just the laws. It was references to when it was applied in real life, and it just was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, information is so abundant, but at the same time, it's so streamlined that you can literally look on your phone and figure out anything in the world.
How do you think you get kids to, I know I'm going a little bit off the thing, but how do you think you get the children going forward to actually read? Because I know you brought up learning how to read that book. Mm-hmm. How do you think you get people to read the book?
Again, I don't know if it's necessarily purposeful to put them in that box and say that you have to read. You have to educate yourself. And if that looks like watching a video, if that looks like hands-on learning, if that looks like having a tutor, then those are ways that you can facilitate education for yourself or for your children without having to force one particular avenue. So a lot of kids, if they're forced into a learning environment that they're not comfortable with, they're not going to thrive.
I think too. I think something for that, to answer that for kids. You have to take away the devices. Mm-hmm. You take away the devices. That's the biggest thing that they have right now at their disposal. Because, like we said, information is given to you so quick. Mm-hmm. Before, you said if you wanted to learn something, you have to go to the library or get a encyclopedia. If your family had a couple dollars,
you know what encyclopedias?
Yeah, don't be missing a book.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Where's the T's?
So the search for knowledge now is quick. Mm-hmm. It's not as it was before. So. You know, we have to take the devices and show them, like, you know, if everything goes down today, how would you figure out?
But the same question I asked him, do you think that's still necessary?
I think it's necessary because we get into a day and age where people don't know how to live without technology. And without the information being so given to them, it's hard for them to go back and learn how to do certain things. Because now, I don't want to now I got to look at this book, and it's the threatfulness of looking in the book and finding it out now. And like, I have to look in this book and read what is being told to me, and I got to process it. Now, when instead of looking at it, I can get a video, I can get pictures, I can get everything I want to do summarized in a short context in a laptop, tablet, or even on your phone. So I think that's one of the things that we really have to do. We have to take that electronics away from it and get these kids learning how to do things on a basic level.
You know who I'm gonna go to on this one? I want all the teachers, all the
thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, teachers and
for
educators. In the comment section, let us know a good way so we can spread the word to the people in the community how to get these kids to read books and educate themselves better. A better tool that maybe they use in the school system that, they have training, obviously, to get these kids to do certain things. So what can we do to help y'all? Help me help you.
Help our youth. I'm going to say one more thing before the smash and grab real quick. I think he made a good point, is that not all information is available on the internet. Okay. It's select information. It's 60-second video clips, the information that they want you to learn. Yeah. So again, if you want to really understand something in full context, or even the history behind something, you have to go back and actually open up a book before you believe somebody else's information being presented to you.
Because the guy who's going to post the video, what he's going to do is he's going to be like, so you guys, let me tell you this. They tried to hide it from you. You mean this a bestseller, New York Times bestseller, they tried to hide from you? And he's going to tell you, look, they tried to hide this from you. Now, this is how aliens really da-da-da-da-da. And they go through the whole process and it just be like, okay, I'd rather just read the book. It's like it's a trap if you just watch the videos. You have to go to the source text. You have to.
All right. Here's time for the smash and grab, all right?
Okay.
Start with you, nigga.
I like that.
Like that, right?
5,000 lashes.
That look like something else.
It's a good sound bite, but I don't know about the visual.
No?
Nah.
Oh, smashing and grab.
It looked like something else to me.
Reined in a horse.
Gotta read it. All right. Recommend a book most people haven't read that they need in their arsenal.
48 Laws of Power. 48 Laws of Power is a good read. I was proud to finish it. I'm sure 50 Laws of Power with 50's addition to it was probably good, but by then I was done with that era of like information.
All right, Stu Gotti, catch a body. Recommend a book most people haven't read that needs to be in their arsenal.
Anything that's educational, that's going to move the pendulum for your life, financial, emotional, helping you be a better person. Those type of books, I think those
self-help.
Self-help books. So those are the things that really you need to read.
Anything for dummies, like one of those?
Yeah, anything for dummies.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
I
the
think
yellow books.
Them things right there is going to help you out.
Mikey Mike and the Funk Boys. Recommend a book most people haven't read that needs to be in their arsenal.
Most people haven't read a book called Ishmael by an author named Daniel Quinn. It's a philosophical novel that kind of calls into question modern society's perception of man's purpose on Earth. We think that our call to purpose is dominance, to dominate the entire planet over the animals, over nature, over everything, but also realizing that our space in history is very temporary. It's very new in terms of humanity based on what this planet has been for a long time. So man's kind of questioning, I'll set it up real quick, it ain't a smash and grab, sorry. A guy is looking for answers about the philosophical side of life, and he responds to an ad request. When he goes to see who posted the ad, it's a fucking gorilla in a cage.
Okay.
But the gorilla speaks to him through telekinesis and basically just asks him all these philosophical questions that he wouldn't think would come from a gorilla. So it's kind of representing the idea of...
That man was high. That sounds like
This is a dope-ass book, but if you haven't checked out Ishmael, at least read the synopsis
yesterday.
on it.
That's crazy.
They say they like one thing away from us. You
Get
know
out
what I'm
of
saying?
here.
That's what they say.
Yeah, whatever.
Smart primate.
If a monkey start talking to me, I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the question, though. He was supposed to be asking these questions to God. And he was like, you're God? And he was like, what if I was? What if God was a gorilla? Would you still question me? So it's those kind of things. It's like we have a perception of what we think everything is, but we don't really know shit.
Yeah. Conversations with God is a really good one too. But God,
Especially if he's a gorilla.
They got that.
Conversations
they
with
got
God
that
was
audio
really,
book.
really good.
Yeah.
watch the video. I'll go back to my original answer. You know me.
The Bible.
The Bible or the
Cheetah.
Quran or even the Gnostic books in the Bible. The books that they didn't want you to read in the Bible. I think you should take your
The
time.
Apocrypha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bell and the Dragon.
Yeah, you should read those books and I think educate yourself on what religion is. I think people, everybody has a different opinion, but I think you get a kind of an insight on where you want to be as far as religion.
Anybody, as parents, anybody putting like Harry Potter or those kids series together, like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that? You guys, anybody?
Oh, man, have we read?
A lot of, people.
Game of Thrones.
See, this is one of
Those
those
people
things where
grow
video,
up with like that kind of reading, like that series of reading. They look forward to the new book.
No.
But it's just not familiar in my around
I like
me.
the cover art for Goosebumps.
I haven't pushed
The Whippy Kid books.
It's the only collection I had.
the Champagne Campaign. All right, requirements before relationship. Has dating become transactional? If so, why? I think I'm asking the dating expert.
Nah, don't call me that. Don't do that.
Yeah, how we know we talking to you? Our live correspondent out on Love Street.
Nah, it has. I think dating has become one of the most transactional things ever now. To spend time with someone, it comes with a cost. And before, I'm not saying before because I wasn't really, but from what our parents used to say, things were a lot more easier for communication. You wanted to know a person more. Besides, before the first thing, I woke up this morning, since I woke up this morning, you might want to give me $40 or something. You know what I mean?
Because I woke up this morning, you should want to give me $40.
And it feels like...
Cash App request.
Yeah, like it just feels like everything is, to even communicate with somebody is a transaction. And it takes away the authenticity of communicating with another person when you're trying to learn someone or trying to figure out who they are as a person. And I think that's the most important thing is just, all right, it deters you. Like, all right, if I talk to this person today, what's she going to want to ask for today? You know what I mean? Do I really want to talk to her? Or now is that my interest is still as strong as it was when I first started talking to her? Because if I talk to her, here we go, like, what she want now? Type of vibe, And instead of it being like, oh, I'm talking to her with the idea of hey, we chilling, we vibing. She's telling me her interests, she's telling me her likes, her dislikes, and it doesn't feel like a task. It feels natural, you know? So instead of the extra burden of, all right, I told her today, you know, I'm hungry. I ain't packed lunch today. And you know the next question is, can you buy me lunch? You know, so it's nothing wrong with doing those things. Don't get it twisted for a person that you're interested in and getting to know. But I think for men, I think just the conversation or being able to have dialogue with the opposite party, it's becoming a little bit more transactional than just having a conversation.
I want to go to my next expert on this.
Because
Nah, go to
Mike.
Go to Mike. He's the next expert.
Look. Mike. No.
expert.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm an expert. The question was,
Has dating become transactional? And if so, why?
I don't think it has become transactional. I think it's always been transactional, but I think that the specificity of it now is kind of unrealistic. Transactional meaning that there always has been a kind of quid pro quo kind of, the man goes out, secures the money, the woman takes care of the home, and dating roles were established for a long time, up until more so most recent times. And I don't want to blame any particular source, and I'm not going to say it's independent women. I'm not going to say it's the climate. I'm not going to say it's the climate of social media.
Man, let me shut up.
I don't want to say it's the climate of social media, but I think, like we were talking about with the books and now the internet being available, I think that the comparative representation of what a relationship is everywhere now. I think the media is saturated with what a man should do, what a woman should do. The internet, podcasts in itself are dedicated particularly to these avenues, telling people what they should do and how they should conduct themselves in relationships. But I think that the attitude of what have you done for me or what can you do for me is a detriment to what can we do to build each other. So I think that it hinders relationships on set if you're looking for somebody to do something for you before you actually commit to building something.
And that's the most important thing is like, you come in, what can you give me? I think everybody's coming into those situations, what can this person do for me instead of what we could do together? So if you have the idea of togetherness, but that takes time. You just don't do that overnight.
Right.
That's not that you just,
2 weeks and
you're like, yo, what you got in your 401k? What you got in your annuity? What we could do together? That's something that you build a level of trust for. But at the same time, it comes, everybody is looking what I could get from this. Females looking like, I'll fuck him, but it gotta be worth my while to fuck him. What can I get out of him before I give him some pussy? Or what can I get out of him before I give him some head or do anything sexually with him? I think that's the problem. Instead of it being like, all right, cool, we getting to know each other. Instead of like, what can I get out of him before I do something with him?
What you gotta be here?
I'm gonna send a few people who would like, oh yeah, I used to fuck with him. I think I'm about to push them all away by saying this. I paid the absolute least. Yes, it is transactional. But when it came to these relationships, I paid the absolute least. I was not going around here giving somebody something. I didn't have nothing to give nobody. And I didn't want to give nobody nothing. So I created an entire life and world in which I don't give anything.
But that's good. You know why you was able to get away with that? Because 9 times out of 10, when you wasn't giving away nothing, you didn't have nothing to give, they knew that already. So they wasn't expecting nothing.
I like that.
They wasn't expecting.
That's true.
They wasn't expecting.
That's not even a slight. That's absolutely true.
No.
Like, you just gotta present yourself like, I don't got no money today, so you don't got nothing for no money.
And you know what?
It is transactional.
They love you for that because you know what? They don't have no real.
And I need this to be a marker in your life that says, I had a really good dude. We were rocking for a really good time, and like he started acting funny once I was going through hard times. I need you to know that when you missed it. You missed out because you started making it about all the things you were going through and how much you needed to get through it. And I just was like, well, I'll talk to you Wednesday. And then I need that to be a part of your story too. Just like it's a part of my story that I wasn't there for you with an extra $40, I need that to be a part of your story too. That you got rid of me because I didn't have it.
But you know what, females.
You lost a good dude over $40.
Yeah, he was a good guy, but he just didn't have $40.
What's the name? I had this. I met this beautiful. I'm gonna hype her up just so you guys make it feel like I'm the man, right? So it's beautiful young lady, brother. Right? So this beautiful young lady. I pull up. You know, I got a nice car, so I pull up with a nice car. I said, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" Right? So I get her. We back. I get her phone number. We driving around for a minute. I drop her off at the train station, and then she goes, "Man, I can't find my Metro card. Can you cash at me $15?" I blocked her.
What was your response though before you even blocked her?
Blocked her.
She asked you on your phone, or she asked you when she got out the car?
No, she asked me on my phone after we had separated.
Man said, I blocked her for $15. Man, oh man.
What? I'm supposed to go forward with $15?
I was going to ask you, would you have given her $15?
No, I think that sticks to his point though. He's saying right in the beginning when you start $15.
No, I'm just saying that this it's just the notion of $15.
See, you want to be a man in that moment because you got $15. $15 don't mean nothing to you.
It's not.
So yeah, after $15, you push it. Just send a request. Ding, it's done, right? It's over, and you don't think about it. But me, I think like, wait a minute. At $15 for an intro. What? Where is this? What the
hell am I doing for track 5? Shit.
Episode 11 gonna cost me a lot. You know that's a lot of money.
How fast?
My man said $15 an intro. I was like, nothing else. I just met you 5 minutes ago.
15 to get the car?
Nah.
I'm gonna pass on this strong pass.
I ain't saying she ain't worth it. I'm just saying I ain't got it.
You thought it was free entry?
Listen, come on. You forgot how we was hanging out for a minute. You just lose your Metro card.
So you thought it was more of a I'm gonna get over him to get $15 out of you.
Of course.
Get you sucker?
Of course, and even if it was like another time, another transaction.
That's part of her story though now.
I got another transaction. I can tell you all the times I fell short.
I got blocked for $15. This is the worst ever.
I can tell you all the times I fell short. Now I used to go to the movies on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday I would go.
Wait, he just said I can tell you all the times I fell short? Go ahead. My bad. I just caught that though. All the times I fell short. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So, shorty, I go to the movies every Tuesday on my own. That's what I do for myself. I go to the movies. So shorty was like, yeah, so can I come? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll buy you a ticket, no problem. It's matinee. That's why I go on Tuesdays. So, you know what I mean? Like, this is my time for me. So she said, yeah. But then she gets a little leery and go, when we get there, you gonna buy me stuff from the concession, right? Now listen, had you asked me that in person, of course I would have accommodated you because I am a man in person. But over the phone, I got all the room to be like, no.
But you know why she asked you that? Because she wouldn't have to ask any other if she's going to buy her some fucking Skittles and a $6 soda. Okay. But your cheap, consistent ass, which is a good thing, she knows this might not spend an extra $3. I might have to go to the dollar store and get my shit and sneak it in because this motherfucker is going to the matinee and ain't spending more than $6, which is okay.
But that's not true because he didn't even get the chance to experience that with him.
No.
So
she didn't.
She did. So she don't even know. She just
was she asking for? Was she a gold digger? I don't think she.
No. I don't think she was a gold digger.
What was she asking for at this concession stand?
It don't matter. She said, "Are you going to?" And I said, "No." The answer is no to that. No, I'm not.
Wait, did she go? Did she end up going?
No, she got upset that I would. That I said off rip that I would not, and I don't care.
You gotta put your foot down.
And when you say when you said earlier that it's a good thing because you established it that you ain't got it. The truth is the way I'm able to pull that off is I'm cool with you being like I can't deal with him. That doesn't bother me. There's no, not that, I thought you were attractive when I spoke to you. This whole conversation is because I think you're attractive. I would love to be with you intimately, but let's just be real. If you're gonna start the other game before I get to play my game, then I don't know what game we playing, and I'd rather not play.
I'd rather eat this Popeyes by myself.
I'm cool with you going.
He said, I plan on going to the matinee by myself. I ain't even asked you.
I don't need no army, Mr. Smart.
I ain't asked you nothing. We good?
You're going theater hopping.
Yeah. Yo,
You guys are the worst.
no, that's $15,
Your new
bro.
name on the show is Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Till Tuesday, that's my cash app. Till Tuesday. Cash app till Tuesday. No, till Friday. I'm sorry. Don't send till Tuesday money. Send till Friday money. That's what it is.
All right, come on.
Cash app till
Cheap
Friday.
smash.
I didn't answer this one, but I'll answer real quick. Has dating become transactional? Yes, it has become transactional. But it's been transactional because I'm gonna go back to what you said, which I disagree with you. I think the modern day technology has made it transactional. The fact that you can just go on your phone and swipe and pick who you think is a good idea because they got some things listed, and then y'all keep texting to each other, and then it's whatever. Then all the requirements don't become organic. Everything is based off of what you allegedly saw on his phone, what he said to you via text. Because how do you read a text? You know, how do you read how do you know what you're getting on Plenty of Fish or where Christiansmeet.com?
Well, because you're going off of the pictures and what they say.
Yeah, but everything has filters. Everybody's telling you the best part of them. Nobody's saying my credit is fucked up.
Everything you see on social media is what they want you to see.
Right, so everything is already transactional because now you think you're getting what everybody else said is the thing to get. So by the time you get to the person, of course, it's I see you with this flashy shit on, or I see you with this nice car, and it's can I have popcorn? Right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to do because I'm supposed to be on this app. Instead of just being at work, meeting somebody and saying, you know what? Mike is a nice guy. Whatever. I got to know him already as a person. Maybe I would like to date him. That's how the universe used to go. Now is I don't have time for that. Swipe.
No, it's not you don't have time for that. You got more options.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You don't have time for that.
No, you have options. The options is
We always have options.
No, but you have more options with social media because now you can see
Are
somebody
they realistic options too?
They could be. It depends. It's what you make of it. If you really
You
want
meet a
something,
guy in Dubai on the internet.
Listen,
y'all culturally start off on two spectrums of the world.
but people are willing to make that sacrifice if they really wanted to make it work.
That's
That's why they get. That's why they have a show. That's why they have this show.
The 90 days.
Yeah,
but
98
that's not a real
Fiancé.
option. That's you creating whatever. That's like you creating a false sense of security.
But
right.
most of those people are still meeting over the internet. Over perception.
Right. Is that natural?
Love after lockup?
That's transactional.
transactional. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's a transactional.
Yeah, you said you disagree with me, but I think you agree.
No, because you said I don't want to blame it on the internet. I'm blaming it on the internet.
No. All right,
Like I just for me personally, like I said, the internet has made everything.
Hit us with the braille.
My notes is right there.
You just fill your book.
Comparative representation.
No, I just like the internet just made everything easy and quick for everything. You dating like New Yorkers, we already move like this. Now
But that's why
we know. But listen, we move like this regularly. Now when you give us something to make us go light speed, it's like it's zooming. We don't have the time to click in. You don't hear the clicking. Now it's just light speed.
No, what'd you say right before that?
We already moved.
What'd you say?
You don't have the time. You don't have the time because you have light speed now. It doesn't slow down.
1 point for me. People don't have the time to sit there. It's like you said the episode before about people taking walks in the park, right? That's the time you need to actually get to know somebody. Because you don't know what people's tics are. You don't know what people's triggers are. You don't know what people's sexual desires are. You don't know any of that unless you actually get a chance to know the person and then decide to get to date them. People try to date people and then try to get to know them. That's what already makes it transactional.
That's
because now I'm going into this as you my boyfriend or you my girlfriend. Like people used to start out before as yo, this is my homegirl. We mad cool. Yo, I like her.
Couple barbecues in.
Yeah, I met yo, she was cute.
A block party.
Now is I meet you online. We go out. So what this mean? We had sex. It means we had sex. That's all that means.
Oh shit.
That means I didn't enjoy it. I'm not telling you my girl.
Till Tuesday.
Till Tuesday. All right, smash and grabs.
That shit looks ridiculous.
I don't know what to say. Whoa, Cecily.
I know where this is going.
Like an Amish man with a horse and buggy.
What's the crazy stipulation you've heard a woman request before dating?
Oh man, I just told like 3 stories.
I got one. Let me jump
Go
in.
ahead.
The craziest shit I heard, and it wasn't presented to me, but I overheard it in conversation where a woman said that she was turning off her box to anybody, well rather she wasn't having sex for the first time with anyone in the United States. Meaning that a man had to take her outside of the country before she would give up some ass. And that was a stipulation for her dating anybody.
What? So you say she eats one?
I like her.
Yeah.
Shit.
She's a conqueror.
You ain't gonna buy her nothing.
No, yeah. It's a nice story from a distance.
Yeah. I like what she presents. Stu, what you got? The craziest request you heard. What's the crazy stipulation you've heard a woman request before dating?
I remember I used to be outside a lot. So when I was leaving out the club, right?
Outside?
I was outside, like when I was leaving out the club. So I saw this lady. She was a nice young lady. Well, she's maybe a little bit older than me. I was like, hey, you know, trying to talk to her, whatever. She came at me crazy. She like, yo, I got 3 kids. Hold on. I got 3 kids. You know, you gotta be able to take care of me and my 3 kids. Plus, I got my bills and all this and other. Like, you gotta make sure you make money. So first off, now I'm like, whoa, Cecily, slow down. I just wanted to know who you was. Like, hold on, right? So now we could fast forward. I get off work one day and I see the same lady in McDonald's working. So I'm like, yo, you coming at me all crazy with all these demands and shit, and you work at McDonald's. And then
that's why she got demands.
Yeah, well, she should have had demands before. Now the story ain't over. Now, now it just so happens that I know people that, through mutual acquaintances that, you know, realize who that person was, or you bump into that person again. She lives, and nothing to disrespect nobody who lives in the projects. You lived in the projects. So now I'm like, you work at McDonald's and you live in the projects and you coming at me with all these lists of demands and wild crazy. You talking about so where your baby daddy at? Did you do that to him when he first started talking to him? Because it doesn't seem like it, you know. But I think for me, I think that was very wild crazy. Like the first time I meet you, like, oh, you need to be able to take care of me and my kids. I got 3 kids.
So basically, you put unrealistic expectations on you.
It was super.
And I just literally met you 2 seconds ago.
Just 2 seconds ago. And then to come to find out you don't even live up to the expectations you trying to put on somebody else.
You gotta have what I can't afford for myself.
Yeah, that was crazy for me.
B, what you got?
I just told 3. I feel like I'm doubling up. I just told 3. I just told.
So what's the stipulation? What if somebody said to you as a dating stipulation? What's the stipulation you heard a woman, like what was the request that you said?
Yeah.
$15.
That's erroneous.
I won't date a man unless.
Yo, I hear a bunch of like if you could hear another language but you can't speak it or understand, like
Right.
I don't speak in your window. So whenever somebody starts talking in your window about hunger pains, I'm saying I would hang out but I'm hungry. Or somebody say something like, oh, you know, like, so let's get this last phone call in because you know my phone go off tomorrow. I go, well, when they get back on,
Call me back.
Wi-Fi text.
those kind of things, like I hear those all the time. I hear all those all the time.
I heard some shit like that with the phone.
Yeah.
Like the girl started talking to me like, yeah, you know, can you help me with my phone bill? I'm like, yo, sure, I just started talking to you. And then I'm thinking like, you know, we at the age, your bill shouldn't be no more than $125. To be honest with you.
So back in the day, it was like $80.
$80, yes.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So
I talk to you tonight after 9.
Yeah. Nice weekend.
So then the story now, as I'm thinking like, oh, she's like, oh, can you help me with the phone bill? I'm thinking it'd probably be like $40 or something like that, maybe. Right? Then she hit me with the bill like $700. I'm like, who the fuck have you been talking to?
That's a family plan.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you better get back in touch with all the people you got phone lines with. You should have discussed that.
But why you don't feel, we don't, right? We don't feel less than, right?
I don't feel, I'm not doing that.
In those moments, you don't feel less than. But there's somebody who says, I'll meet you in Aruba. Or, you know, like, here's your flight, we'll meet in Aruba. Like, I had a client who, they met online, they was at a bar, and they were going on a 10-day cruise. That's how they were meeting. They met the night before and was going on a 10-day cruise the next day. That's ridiculous to me.
But I think in that instance,
it's not ridiculous if you on that type of time. It's like, it's just.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the lifestyle you live.
that's a stipulation on both sides. I think that's a stipulation on both sides where she knows that she's going to benefit from him spending his money, but he's not going to spend his money unless he knows she's coming along for that benefit.
But
she
there's
ain't
no
spending 10 days on the
guarantee.
trip.
There's no guarantee, man.
Bullshit, you're going to get your own little room with no window.
Listen.
Inside,
I'm going to be real with you. Like when
I could have sent that $15 and got blocked. Ain't no guarantees, man.
Listen, and this is something that
talking about on a boat.
This is something that makes me mad with females, right? And I'm not saying that a guy can't do certain things, but like getting flown out or taking these expensive trips is a guy, you know he's expecting something, and you know what's expected of you when you go on these things.
And I know a bunch of people who don't meet expectations, and then what happens then? Then I'm tight.
You
You
tight?
gotta eat that one.
That's exactly what I'd do.
Open.
I'd eat that one.
You gotta eat that one.
Yeah, this guy here is never in the story. Go ahead,
Wild
man.
stimulation, I've heard, not necessarily towards me, but one of the things I find completely erroneous is when women are sexually active and then they take it upon themselves to say they being celibate. That really just frustrates me, because at some point it's like,
Who you fooling?
yeah, and it's like what's the point you're trying to prove, and when does it stop?
Yeah.
When did it start and when does it stop? You've been sexually active this whole time, or whatever the case. And I get it. You're not supposed to just share your body with anybody. Don't get me wrong. But I think that if we're talking, if you're talking to somebody we date and we have sex 3-4 times, and we're still in like a dating stage, and I'm telling you honestly, like I'm not ready to commit to this situation. I'm not in that space. And you're like, oh well, now I don't want to have, now I'm going celibate until I meet my husband.
Good luck.
Okay, so I'll still date you and we won't have sex, but I'll have sex with somebody else because I'm sexually active. But then I'm wrong.
No.
So that's why those things, I find those type of stipulations crazy. And I think for dating, we asked for women, so I'm not gonna. But I'll play
throw it out there.
I'll play the devil's advocate. I think a lot of times when men are just talking to, I think we get that. You brought this up one episode about how we blur the lines on the word dating. When guys are like talking to girls, and I feel like they have that expectation that they shouldn't be talking to other people. I think those are crazy stipulations.
Yeah.
If you're not ready for this to be your girlfriend, and you in the street, and she whatever, I think it's inappropriate for you to be like, well, why you was with him or that.
Yeah.
You can't be on her back like that.
Not at all.
If you out in the street.
Possessive and free.
Yeah. So
Yeah, like you say, just be honest. Like, if you want to do you, do you.
if you're being honest.
No, but you're right. But I prefer if a woman, if you're gonna say you outside, you outside. I don't care. That doesn't. But if we dating, it's just we not in a relationship. Now it's different. If we in a relationship, you talking about you outside. Then I'm not
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
way.
then that's a different.
Yeah, but if you're dating, you talking to other guys. Now you just let me know, so I know how to maneuver with you personally.
Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all be smashing. Y'all smashing guys.
Now it was Mike. He drew me into the long conversation.
draw you in. Mike,
I told you I don't smash. Don't smash.
Don't smash and grab. Don't smash and grab. Another love TKO.
Tenderoni.
See, like how I sang that. You like I
Thank
did that
you.
one. See,
Thank
I
you.
did that. I did
See?
that for you.
It's got a clause.
Loving through losses. Can you love someone who has made it clear that their love won't be returned?
Yeah.
Love expert.
You can. Like, okay, so I guess we have to start with defining love. Can I borrow your book, Mike?
Yep.
I know you got it written down. But no, but I guess we have to start off with defining love. And for me, I think that love does come with a bit of a sacrifice, right? Like, I guess that's how, in my life, I've always noticed that, because I guess I start to hear more fluently what innuendos sound like, and I start to care just a little bit. And that sacrifice, because the reason why I don't is not because if I had $1 million, you still wouldn't get a dime out of me. It's more like I really don't have it, but I'll make a sacrifice. So those kind of little sacrifices that I've made in my past.
So
like,
your love language is sacrifice is something that you really don't have.
yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, or just like, without getting too particular, those moments when I feel like, okay, I care about this person, I've sacrificed something not to prove to her, but to prove to myself that is the way I feel. Because if I feel like I like this person, but I don't make a sacrifice, then I don't feel like that, right? So can you make a sacrifice? Can you make a sacrifice for someone and knowing that person will never sacrifice back for you is essentially the way I was asking that question, right? So
Does that define love for you though?
that it does, because I would need to know that I don't need a stake in your life, but I need to know that something that you probably wouldn't give up, that you, like, let's say you're just a closed person, like you don't talk about your life to anybody, right? Let's just say that's the thing that you're hard on that you don't do. And then I start to get a piece of that. I feel like that is like you showing that you love me back, right? There's a sacrifice being
I'm
made.
picking up what you're putting down.
Right? So it doesn't have to be monetary or nothing like that. It's just, but knowing that I will always find myself making sacrifices because I do have that love for a person and then not getting anything in return, it's possible, but it's on you to say how much are you willing to give. And like I said before in a previous episode, I'm very proud of knowing that I don't have to. And then knowing that I don't have to frees me like you have to. You know, because you don't have to keep sacrificing. You could do it to the end of time. You know, I don't want to like crap on marriages or those who agree with that sentiment, but like happy wife, happy life is a lifetime of sacrifice, right? You're sacrificing to your wife.
Michelle Obama brought that up recently. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But did you see that when she was talking
she's like
about 10
years. She'd take 20 years of good time over with 10 years of bad time, and she'd take that over anything.
That's exactly what it was.
What's that?
Yeah, she had to take 20 years of good time in a marriage with 10 years of bad. I would definitely take that over anything.
Because she was saying, like, in a relationship, in a marriage, that's what people don't want to do nowadays. They don't want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
What you
The
explained.
compromising and everything like that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's a big compromise.
Yeah. Because there's 8-month gaps in there, right? Like you talking about a long-term relationship.
It's more than 8 months gaps. It's years of sometimes just a person getting on your fucking nerves.
True. True. Absolutely.
Just they breathing be annoying you.
Okay, I snore. It was once.
Just saying, like when you really get into I didn't mean to cut you.
No. That was it. That's it. So can you? Yes. But you have to regulate when that stops. That's the healthiest thing for you to do. Is to see how much you can get out.
I gotta regulate. All right, what you guys do?
Read the question again.
Riddle me this, Batman.
It's the pants, right?
All right, can you love someone who has made it clear that their love won't be returned?
Rid of the past.
The button legacy.
The Dark Knight bottoms on.
You the only person I know got a leather closet. This shit got chilled at a certain degree.
If you come this way, here's my
leather iron. I never seen a leather iron, nigga.
Just whip the pants. That's how we honor. We just whip the leather. Can you love someone who has made it clear that their love won't be returned? The green ones is my favorite.
For me personally, if they made it clear that their love can't be returned, no. I think for me personally, to love anyone, it comes with a time. I just don't love anybody anyway. So if you show me that you can't love me in return, that I already, I come with, you gotta prove that you worthy of my love. Because like you said, I'll make sacrifices and do certain things for people that I normally wouldn't do just because I care for you as a person. So if that's the case, I just can't love anybody who doesn't love me and they show that their love is not going to be returned. You take it as face value, and then if that's what it is, that's what it is. So I can't love you if you're not showing me love, you're not giving me love. We don't have nothing to build off of, so how can I love you? So I'm not that guy. I just can't do that.
Mikey Mike and the Funk Boys, can you love someone who has made it clear that their love won't be returned?
I've done it, but I'm going to speak in general. I think you can love somebody after you recognize that their love is not going to be returned, because I think love doesn't have intention, at least until you recognize that you're in love. Meaning I think love is kind of a thoughtless emotion. Once it happens and you realize you're in love and you love somebody and you're willing to do things that, love exemplifies, then like he said, you recognize that you're making a sacrifice. And there are lessons in loss, and especially once you realize that love is kind of starting to skirt or starting to become less tangible, that's when love starts to take effect and it starts to hurt. Other than that, it's happy times, it's good times, it's great shit that's going on. And the actual overwhelming feeling of being in love is having that reciprocation, knowing that your sacrifice is being acknowledged, but at the same time being returned. Like again, you're being selfless in sharing this experience with me, but once you start taking your love away and my love is still there, that shit hurts. So you start to do more to try and profess your love and try and get them to understand that your love is much stronger than what they're leaving.
I guess that's the same thing he's saying with the sacrifice. So now you're sacrificing more to prove your love.
Yeah, and then once you realize that, my bad, once you realize that that sacrifice that you made is likely going to turn out to be, I ain't going to say worthless, but not worth the while that you expected, then that's when you start scrambling and that shit becomes emotional. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so for me, you said you could love someone that you have done that where they haven't showed you love in return, right? Now, when we talking about the opposite sex, how could you love someone if they haven't showed you love? Like, just because.
I don't think you can control who you are.
That's why I said I don't think love is not intentional until you realize you're loving somebody.
But how you know the difference between a strong like and a love? Because you could strongly like this person.
I'm referencing somebody that you both were in love at a point.
Oh,
and
so
you're saying,
all right. So you're saying that's what I'm saying. That's I know I wasn't bugging. Like,
got you.
You see what I'm
I see
saying?
what you're asking now in terms of can you love somebody that you know is never gonna be.
Oh, so just to clear this up.
I think we answered two different questions.
Yeah. So to clear this up, we're saying that if you love somebody and y'all never were in love,
right?
Is that what you answered?
Well, I think mine applies to both.
So
I think it does.
So if you're in love and then one person falls out of love and the other person stays in love, do you try to get this person's love back? And then we have the phrase where you fall in love with somebody, but they never even get to it.
Oh no, but I can speak to that because I've been in that situation. I won't say love. I grew up again thinking I was handsome, being told that my entire life, so it wasn't hard for me to be like, yo, I like her. See if she circle yes or no, and it's usually gonna be yes, at least in my mind. And I got to high school, and it was a girl in high school that I was like, damn, she fly. Like, I ain't gonna say that. She still ain't say yes.
No free promotion.
But I was like, let me try my luck. I usually don't got to do this shit. This was before text messages and everything else. Let me scribble down a note, fold it up, do your little, you know how you did the football type paper shit?
This one right here?
Pass that in the hallway. And that shit kind of came back like, hey, you're nice, you're a handsome dude, but not interested. I'm just like, fuck that. Why? No, we got to get through this. Like, we together in my mind, at least. You got to tell me why you breaking this shit off. Why are you breaking this shit off? But, yeah, I feel like having that feeling of knowing that love won't be returned, that's an immediate rejection.
Why are we breaking this off?
Why are we breaking this shit off?
But like
it's only third period. But see,
that's a strong like or a crush.
Yeah, that would be a strong like.
Like a strong like or you have a crush on someone. But like for me personally, like we was talking, like my phrase is, I can't love someone that I know that's not gonna love me.
So you're talking about the part where you can love somebody, but they didn't love you yet.
Yeah, I can't get to that point where.
But if you're in love with somebody,
now, in order for me to be in love with somebody, like I said before, it takes a while for. I'm not I meet you 2 days. I ain't even gonna say nobody, but I'm not a quick I love you type of person. That takes a lot out of me.
I love the way you cook.
That takes a lot out of me to even say that personally. So, like I said, that's who I built up to be as a person. So, if I'm not seeing it or a person hasn't shown me values of love or show me anything that they really care or concerned about me or make me feel like I could do something, I won't say that word to them. So, or I won't even get in that realm. I'm a strong believer of like whatever pocket I'm in, that's the pocket I'm in, and it's hard to get out of that pocket. So if you show me that, I can't sit there and say, I'm gonna love you. No.
You? How do you feel?
Yeah.
How do you
Tell
feel?
us which one you're answering.
I know the answer to this.
Can you love somebody that ain't gonna love?
So for the beginning part, can I love somebody that, no, that one, if we never were in love, then no. And the answer is no the other way too. So if I'm loving you and I realize, once I recognize that you do not love me back, I want nothing to do with you emotionally in that context. I don't want any kind of emotional connection because if we were definitely in love at some point and you don't love me anymore, to me, I don't trust you, right? Because I trust everybody. I trust everybody, right? I trust everybody to be who they are, everybody. But that's a trick right there. If we in love and then you don't love me no more, I got to question whether you was in love with me in the first place. So now I'm looking at you totally different. So my perception of my emotion is not the same thing as I'm I'm not even thinking romantically. Now I'm thinking about who the fuck was I dating?
This whole time.
Are you hurt?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm confused about who you were. I'm so wrapped up in my brain on trying to figure out who I was talking to the whole time that I don't have time to be hurt. Because at that point, I'm questioning your being. Mm-hmm. If you love somebody, you love them.
What triggered the turn off?
Yeah, because if I love you,
yeah.
I love you. And I can, listen, if I love you and I cheated on you, you ain't that hurt. Because you probably cheated on me too. You know what I'm saying? If I loved you and, you know, I never really did nothing crazy to nobody, so I ain't got to worry about nothing crazy like that. So if I loved you and you loved me and then you just met somebody else and I met somebody else and shit just didn't work out, I still love you as a person. You feel me? I got nothing for you. But if you could openly mind somebody like, yo, you love Kush, and they be like, nah, fuck out of here. So that to me is like whatever. Or somebody shows me that you cannot be there for me, or like if I really needed you in the time, like God forbid something happened to my family or something like that, and you not being there, I would be like, or not even getting the phone call or the text. Yeah. I question your being.
Right.
I question who you was.
Especially if they know you really personally in depth.
Yeah. So I don't hurt. I mean, for me to get hurt, it would take, I don't know what it would take. I've never been like hurt. I mean, maybe like second grade or third grade, like you said, when you ask it for like, do you love me? And girls be like, no.
Now,
I'm like, what?
that sounds all good, but I remember, I know you, Betha.
Okay.
Yeah. I was letting him talk.
No, go ahead.
I was letting him talk.
Right? That sound good, right?
Aaliyah?
Yeah.
That's different.
Yo.
Who didn't love Aaliyah?
Nah, B, I ain't never seen somebody so heartbroken. Heartbroken.
That's different. She died.
You've been surviving R. Kelly this whole time. As soon as he found out that R. Kelly had it, he was like, how could you? How could you?
Remember her video came out?
Oh, man.
And he was in there like, yo.
That was one of the first things I
We had everybody emotional. But we was also teenagers at that point.
Yeah.
All right. You ain't seen me in my adulthood tell you about Aaliyah.
Okay, I'm just saying, I saw
voice is
you. I
cracking
saw you
because
cry
it's me.
over someone, okay?
Nah,
I wasn't crying. You know what?
I ain't never been hurt. You like a gangster. I ain't never been hurt.
Just Hilarious and Glorilla could break my heart now.
Two dudes.
Okay. My boo. You know why I love Glorilla? Because she just got that good energy. She's like,
she
she's
does.
like a happy
Though.
person.
She does. She
You know?
does.
Not even like, and you can't tell she's not a sex symbol.
Yeah.
She got a fatty. I'm like, Glorilla. Like, baby, I love you. You gotta chill, baby. Baby, you gotta chill. Bless you. Thank you. Woo.
Smashing blessed.
Bless you.
You only get 3.
We got a smash and grab. Dun, dun, dun. All right, smash and grab this. Is love based on what a person does for you?
Huh?
Is love based on what a person does for you?
Not like nothing monetary, nothing like financial or nothing like that. But it is based on what someone does for you, right? I mean, like I said, for me, it's based on sacrifice. You know, I don't ask for a sacrifice. You can't ask for it. But you see someone going out their way, then yeah.
Just get on a cross, get stabbed. Smash and grab. Shit. Is love based on what a person does for you?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's the communication you have, everything you share with each other. You know, just like you said, that's not about monetary things. Or even if it is something monetary that they do for you, it's how they present it to you. You know what I mean? Usually someone does something without thinking and not being selfish of like, yeah, I did this for you now, you know, you owe me type of vibe. So then that shows a lot of, you know, respect or feelings and emotion that they care about your well-being. So it is based on a little bit of that, mostly of that.
Is love based on what a person does for you?
I don't think it's based on what they do for you. I think it's based on if they do for you. If they're willing to commit to you and do the same things that you're willing to do for them, then I think that is what love reciprocation is about. And I also think it matters if they stop. So if somebody stops doing some shit that they've been doing for a duration of time, then yeah, it's a symbol or at least some kind of indicator that love is at a halt.
I'm gonna say yes. Just yes. Because you got to do something. You got to do something to show them you love. Because I don't think you could assume that somebody loves you.
I think,
or you can't assume somebody loves you or doesn't love you. You can't assume. They have to be doing something. And you can ask somebody, and maybe somebody doesn't want to hurt your feelings, so they may say yes.
What's one thing that they can do to make you feel loved?
Well, definitely chocolates on Valentine's Day. We established
Established that.
chocolate
Good day.
on Valentine's Day. You skip a Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
it's
you remember
over.
he put the picture of him in
Yeah, he put it in a group chat.
I said that.
He put it in a group chat like everybody's safe.
Yeah, nobody got died. Let me see.
Come on, we on dead air. Give me something.
No, I know good and well what it is.
No, you asked me.
I could tell you. I could tell you what yours is.
What's that?
So yours would the way that it needs to be reciprocal. Whatever it is, like the dollar value of a thing. It is, you are transactional with your love. Like I've heard too many stories where I know good and well that it's because you're not meeting me where I'm at. Like I've put in $27 worth of effort and you showed up with 10. Like that's what I got.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with him. It is transactional.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do know that about
I didn't want to sound transactional when I was thinking about it, but that's where the dead space came from. Because it is like, if I bought you, like, I could get into a full-fledged argument with you, but like if we're hungry, I'm going to buy you food, right? Mm-hmm. You still know that I'm hungry. If you don't do that for me, I feel away. Mm-hmm. So things like that. So it has to be just thinking about me when I'm not asking you to. If I don't have to ask you to do something and you just do it, that's what love looks like to me.
Because you're concerned, regardless of what.
Yo, I got you this hat. Yo, I got you these shoes. Yo, I got you this whatever. That's monetary, but you know what I mean? It could be simple as food or something.
You're thinking about me.
Yeah. I thought about you. Yo, I shot you a text. What up? I know you got your game today. Good game.
Yeah. Those are a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Those are a lot of points.
She cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna score 30.
Yeah.
Just don't let her cut it again. But speaking of games, since you brought this up, right?
Topic number 4.
No. So, funny story about Mike that you all should know. College basketball game, right?
Oh, here we go.
Mom Dukes come up, right? Mom's
whole family
there, sit in front row. Mike was, if y'all don't know, Mike was a good defensive player, really, really good defensive player in college. He probably was one of our best defensive players because we just play offense the rest of us. Mike gets a steal on a fast break, all by himself, right? Doom, 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 doom.
Showtime.
Boom, 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 boom. And we were young. So I'm thinking, he gonna try to dunk it or something. He threw that ball hard as shit off the backboard.
No, he didn't.
And that butt-ass layup,
I missed the layup.
hard as shit off that backboard. And I was like, this is his moment in front of his family.
It wasn't hard. It was a missed layup.
And my mind is still,
It was off an inbound pass. Man, go to the next fucking time.
that shit was hard as shit.
We definitely.
You maybe. I remember we was watching one of the episodes before. You brought it up, and I meant to bring it up.
Yeah, I know. I skipped it. Yeah.
Nope, I brought it right back up.
That's all right. Fine, I get to edit this shit later.
All right, a peek at the pedestal. What men value in women. What are some expectations you have in choosing a woman?
You started up.
I started up. I already have a woman. Okay, that's first of all. I like to make that
Oh, upgrades. I like this.
Yeah,
I like
clear. I'm taking.
Person is a
Person.
woman.
Special interest, right?
Took 11 episodes.
And now I have a woman.
So I'm speaking in general because I think a lot of our women. You see, I'm in
Now you speak in general.
in general. I think a lot of women that watch our show sometimes, and then around our age range, wonder what are we looking for? What are our expectations as men around our age? Because we have shop talk. Women are not in our shop. They don't know what we're looking for. And again, I can only speak from me, the things that I've heard. I think that guys, and I think we talked about this before, I think guys see the girl on the internet that they're like, yo, shorty bad, be on her inbox. But I don't think they want that. I think they want the wholesome freak. Right? The girl that's nice and wholesome, but a freak in the bed and the sheets and all that other stuff, which is complicated. But I think men also want things to be less transactional, as you guys said. So it ties into that whole thing for me. I think guys want the organic, like, do you know my sister? Do you know my mother? Do you know my family? Do you actually care when I'm stressed out? Can I vent to you the same way you're venting to me without you calling me weak? Or feeling like a lack of a better term, a bitch, because I'm telling you, Stuart hurts my feelings today. You know what I mean?
Come on, why gotta be?
Because you hurt my feelings a lot.
See, that wasn't even me. See? That wasn't even me. See?
I was quoted. The quote from history.
So But a lot of times, I think that's where we fall short as men sometimes. Because I think we're not clear. I think we're not clear in what we want from women. So I would like to throw it to y'all a little bit more and ask y'all, I think, what are some of the things, what are the expectations that guys have when they're choosing a woman that they decide to make them wholesome?
I have some clarity. I'll call it generic clarity because I think it's the same things that most men, or at least most times that you hear men say, I think it's the same thing that's regurgitated over and over, and it's not because we're copy and paste, and it's not because we're piggybacking off of somebody else's values. I think men generally want a few things. I think the first one is going to be security. What the fuck's so funny? The first thing I think would be security, but I think you want security in any relationship, whether it be your banker or your barber. You want to know that that person is consistent. They're going to be there when you call. They're going to be available for you when you need them. And I think the security of knowing that that person is consistent in how they conduct themselves and who they are in relation to you, I think that's most important. So if you're going to start off like this, make sure you maintain yourself like that. And I don't mean physical appearance. I just mean the way that you interact with me. So if something changes there, that's red flag. I think the second thing would be loyalty. I think at the same time, it's expected of men. It's expected of anybody, and you're dealing in any kind of relationship. It could be your teammate. If you hit me with a backdoor pass and I fuck it up, you know what I mean?
Still gonna bring it up 20 years later.
Yeah,
That was a guarantee. That was a guarantee too, though. Right
20
there.
years later. And the third thing would just be, well, I already said it and mentioned in those two, was just being consistent. Just being consistent on a level where my expectations of you do not falter. At some point, you might surprise me and impress me, but at no point should I be disappointed and not aware. Meaning if you fuck up and if we mess up something together, okay, cool, we can get past it. But if you do something that is completely unexpected of you and you make me kind of devalue the trust that I had for you, then I think that shit's out the window.
I like that, the consistency. I think consistency is a big one. We're gonna go to the expert now.
All right, come on, stop calling me the expert.
Our residential love expert.
Live with leather pants and a leather couch.
What are some expectations you have in choosing a woman?
Well, for me personally, I want accountability. Someone that knows. I think that's the biggest thing too for being in a relationship with a person is accountability.
That's just sexy, ain't it?
I got that written down. Look at that.
You know what I mean? See, there you go. Accountability.
I
think with accountability, when you're dealing with a person, you could, like you said, you could make a mistake. That mistake is not going to mess up whatever for the moment, but you could grow from that because that person took accountability for it, and then you could, level of growth and trust, and that comes back to accountability. If you mess up, I could trust that you're going to be honest about whatever it is, so we could grow from there. Loyalty, respect is like.
Well, you hear people with a lot of shit now. They gotta come correct.
Yeah, respect. I think
Book of 2 is getting difficult. Love, respect, accountability.
Yeah, respect is something too.
She ain't
because
getting through the gauntlet.
it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to get through this. Respect is definitely another thing too as well, because you can't really be a mate to a person if a person doesn't respect you as a man. And I think far too often, I think females, we get to this notion where females feel like they're above us, or we're equals. Don't get it twisted, but I'm still the man. So at the end of the day, regardless of what goes on in our life, you should respect me as a man, and we can move forward. Because the one time you try to go for a low blow, now it lets me know that you're trying to win this argument at all costs. That means that you don't have no respect for me, and that shows that all you care about is your own personal self goals and needs. Yeah. So that messes my mental up personally, and then I look at you in a different light, because I could know something that could punch you in your back and hit you in the jugular, but out of respect, I won't go that route with you. I'll try to keep it as face value of whatever.
And that's growth. Because I remember you saying things like, and that's why your mama got cancer. You've come a long way, my brother.
I did. Listen, this is what,
These jokes used to be bad hard. That's why you're dying. I'm dying. My doctor told me I got 2 months left.
Right there. Yeah.
Shout out to counseling. I'm grown as a man, you know what I mean?
You are.
But
harsh jokes.
So that's one of the things too. So, you know, having that level of respect for me as a man, I need that. Because if you break that level of respect, then now you makes me go into the other person that I used to be. And now we playing this game of who has the less respect for each other. So that's another thing that's important for me as a person. So, you know, accountability, respect, loyalty, and be able to compromise. Be able to, compromise.
Big boy. Yeah. You telling these young boys out here in the street to tell these young, this is what you telling these young boys?
If I was going to the store to pick up the shit Stewart need, I'd be like, yo, just text me. I'm not remembering all that. They got that shit.
No, because, like I said,
can you order that shit and I just pick it up?
Being able to compromise, you know what I mean? And
the first date is complicated?
No, I'm saying that's what you asked the question. I'm answering.
Fill out this resume.
Yeah, be able to compromise. And sometimes your idea ain't always the best idea. You know what I mean?
But to be fair, right? You offer a lot to those in those positions, in that status of position, right?
Right. But so that's why I demand a lot. Not demand a lot, but I think those are core things that you need in order for you to have a successful relationship. You need accountability, you need loyalty, you need trust, you need respect. You know what I mean? You need to be able to compromise with someone. Understanding that your thoughts sometimes may not be the best thought. Or your ideas is not always the best. And you have to be able to take yourself out of an emotional state and be able to sit there and say, yo, he's right or she's right. Those are the things that are important. Because, you know, people, you know, sometimes I feel. That's not a fact. Because you feeling is not a fact. Unless you could point out a fact, then we can have a discussion. Because if every time you talk about the way you feel, where are we going? Because you're always going to be stuck in your feelings.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to solve a problem because you're in your feelings. So those are the things I feel you need, or I feel like I want, or what I'm trying to have with my lady now in our relationship. That
great.
Chill, don't do that.
I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna go to the next person.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. I feel like I'm going to.
That's an emotional state right there. Go ahead.
What are some expectations you have in choosing a woman?
I don't have any. I was hoping that I was going to slide in and ask you first because I don't have any expectations of anything. There's times when obviously so Wednesday night and I'm like, oh man, the new episode of whatever is about to come on. Hey, you busy? And then the answer could be yes. The answer in my life, my answer could be yes. The way I live my life, the answer could be yes.
I mean,
so that
renegade.
means,
You're a renegade. Go ahead.
I'm not a renegade.
I was a rolling stone.
Listen, I get my spot. I get it. Like I said, 12. I know my 12th spot. Because those higher positions are reserved for those who will make it more transactional. That's the way life is right now. And if I'm gonna not demand anything of anybody, if I'm not gonna meet any of those types of demands, then I have to not have expectations of you.
So let's put you in a situation, in a scenario. You get married next month.
Why am I doing that?
I'm putting you in a situation, in a scenario.
You get married.
He said that's too hard.
What are your expectations?
Not too hard, but why am I doing it?
What are your expectations?
This
is you as general. It ain't even Ubika. This is general man. Getting married next month. What are his expectations for his wife? Once they sign, seal, deliver that agreement, what are the expectations that man has?
I think stewards respect me as a man thing, like putting that person at the actual head of the household. Like it's not just a tax filing status; it's the head of the household. Like like you're responsible for the well-being of those people that are under you and under your care, and that should be like revered. It should be honored. It should be respected. I agree with Stuart in that top of echelon of things. I just happen to be down here.
All right, so real quick, this is not on here, but I asked you. So if a girl's coming into a situation now, meeting a guy, what is something what is an intangible she should have right off the bat?
Accountability.
Intangible, because you're.
Yeah, I know what you're asking. Ask it one more time.
Now you fucked me up now. What is something that a woman should have? I think it's a little 2-year college degree. A world. You got 2 years. What is something that a woman should have in just dating, regular dating? I know all those things that Stuart listed. Just give me one thing though, that if you meet a girl tomorrow, you as yourself right now, let's assume you have nobody. Let's assume everybody's single right now, right? For just this topic.
I got one.
You meet a girl tomorrow. What is one expectation? One thing she must have?
Intention.
I'm
gonna say intention. So if you if you know what you want out of this deal, let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Let's work towards that. Today? But if you don't have any intention and you don't have an idea what you want, I don't want it.
I like it, no, because no, I'm not, and not to say you're a woman, but a lot of women have that thought process. They want to date guys who see themselves with them in the future. So that's actually a good answer.
Okay. So
what are your goals?
Yeah. So if you meet a girl today, you single still, nobody wants you, right? But now somebody wants you today. You meet this girl. What is your one expectation of her?
She gotta have good hygiene.
Okay.
I think that's important, bro.
That just sound like trauma.
I'm
not doing this again.
No, because I only say this because I'm a very hygienic person. So I want somebody to be hygienic too. So you gotta have good hygiene. If I just meet you, I done been around or you done seen certain things that you be like, yo, listen, nah, that ain't it. You know, that's it.
Accountability, that's sexy as shit. Accountability is sexy as shit. Like just like that $15 situation, I'm telling you, you're not being accountable for your own transportation.
I say sense of humor.
Sense of humor?
I say sense of humor. If you're able to laugh at yourself, even when you, like if you fall down the steps and you're able to laugh at yourself, I find that.
She gotta laugh at you or she just gotta be funny?
Most people I'm with don't laugh at me.
This...
After a while, being with me, they don't laugh no more because it's like they feel like they're egging me on because I can just keep going. It's one of those stop. Even when you go outside, they're like, stop laughing at him.
Did you find a way to skip one of that other question? I don't think you was.
I didn't answer yet.
Oh, to yourself?
Which one?
No,
I was the first person to answer the question.
Yes.
He was.
You were.
What? Expectation.
I have expectations. I remember when you had the growth for the woman.
Yep. It happened.
Smash and grab.
He likes this.
What type of woman are men looking for? Smash and grab.
You can't say accountable.
I can't say accountable?
You can say accountable.
No, you said that shit 3 times.
No,
he
said the Bible 9. He used the Bible for anything.
Accountable woman from the Bible.
I said Gnostic books. Touche.
Yeah, so if I can't use accountability, I don't know. I think that's the most important thing is you being able to take stock of your life proper. Like you said, if you fall in, then you could be able to look at it from a view of there's maybe humor in it or something else in it. But yeah, being accountable, that whole thing is sexy as shit.
Stuart, help me out.
Being realistic. I think that's what we're looking for, being realistic. What are the realistic goals and what you're realistically trying to do with yourself and what we're trying to build. I think that's the most important thing.
I'm gonna go with cooperative and understanding. So if we on
trying to have a hostage.
Yeah. You riding passenger and touch the aux cord. Nah, but if we on this destination together, you gotta be cooperative. We hit a bump in the road, you gotta understand that shit's happening, but we're still moving on. So if you decide you wanna hop out at the gas station, I'm gonna keep going. But if you're not cooperating with me and you're not understanding of the shit that we gotta go through to get where we going,
I would say self-driven. I say self-driven. On a normal basis, I'm not talking about on the upper level where we talk about people getting flown out and all that shit. We're not talking about that. We're talking about I'm talking about on a let's say middle class, average class people. I want to say self-driven. I want you to be able to push yourself and be able to push me when I can't push. Those days I can't push through and I can't see something, I need somebody to be like,
motivator.
You sitting there for what? There's money on the table. Go out there and get to work and do what you got to do. But I also want her to get out there and do what she got to do.
So I don't want to like put you on the spot.
Put me on the spot.
Or move the goalposts, as you like to say, right? But if that person has a career ready, goal driven would be like be the supervisor.
Goal driven would be not content with being stagnant. Because you could be working somewhere, right? You could be working somewhere and it could be beneficial to your lifestyle. Because if you have children, you have things like that. Being a supervisor is always not, I'm not a supervisor in my job. You understand? I'm not. but I'm still goal oriented to the point where financially I still put myself in the best position to make the most money possible.
Okay.
So if you're, as long as you're in a position to be, to make it work for your children and your lifestyle, those things have to come with it. But if you're just sitting there and you're doing something and then you're lacking something else, and things are not like, if I want, like I have 3 cars, right? I have 3 cars, right? In order to pay for those 3 cars, I have to do a certain amount of work, right? Like tomorrow morning, I'll be at work 4 o'clock in the morning because I have 3 cars. You can't want 3 cars from me in a conversation and then tell me
I ain't trying to work for it.
that you don't want to get up and do some work either. You got to get your ass up too, right? Because we got to pay a mortgage, you got to pay this, you got to pay all these things that you want. You got to be pushing towards doing it, and I'll even push harder than you. Just to whatever, but I just need you to be pushing. I need you to have a wagon and be behind it, just doing something. Because you sitting there, and I turn around and your ass is still on the couch, and I'm still going.
You're going to be left on the couch.
I'm going to leave you on the couch.
Gonna smash and grab by myself.
Yeah, I'll smash you for dolly. I need you to be self-motivated. I want my friends to be self-motivated. I want everybody to be going. If you're not going, if I call you and you stagnant, I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Get up.
Nah, that's real shit.
Real shit.
Why are you sitting there? There's only one hardest working man I know. Episode 11.